The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 22nd day of November, 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Mediquals, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamel Hartman. She's Maya Palacio. And Teo Dill will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break brought to you by People's. How are you this fine Friday morning?
I think I gotta say a complex of emotions this morning, but overall grateful.
Yeah. Or thankful, Yeah.
Thankful too.
See what I did there? See what I did? Nah, indeed. It's so much that happens in like overnight. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it all happens in one go. But yeah, it's Friday. Congratulations to everyone. This is the final day of the traditional work week, so we made it. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. We made it. Yep. I said let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. Not that one. There we go. Yeah. I mean, some people had weeks that they just want to laugh at. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. So, but we made it. We made it, Maya. We made it. It's is it cold right now out in Bermuda? Like it's like in the 30s. Here in Georgia, and
I mean, it's been rainy and windy, definitely, but they've still had highs in the mid 70s. But I can only imagine. It's still, I guess, hey, when I'm on that bike, it is cold no matter what. It's always cold on that bike when I'm riding.
That's something for all my years being around people outside of Bermuda. They just never understand how cold it can get in Bermuda, especially when you get on that bike. I mean, whew, chilly.
It's right through you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. All right, folks. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. It is Friday Fun Day, brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. Don't forget this: if you are shipping things for Christmas, get there. Get your mailbox membership. Save yourself some money. Save on fees. Go to mailboxes.bm/the daily hour. Get 2 years of free membership. This is your opportunity to save, and less hassle for you. So get there today. Actually, I was watching the BDC pitch wave of what's it called? The Wave of Opportunity pitch competition by supported by Global Atlantic Read last night. And the young man that won in the youth category, something by Nico, Flow by Nico, he even said, like from a business perspective, how he uses mailboxes to get his stuff in one time. I don't know if you all had an opportunity to watch it. Very interesting. I'll talk about that in a subsequent episode. I will just say this much. Sade Milan, off the chain. I don't know her. I think her name was Ashley. But my goodness. I mean, she saw me, and it's not even geared toward me, right? I almost want to get some stuff for the women in my life that I know. Everything about her last night was just on the money. So congrats to Sade Milan, all the winners, and even those participants. The young lady, she had a playroom. She was really good as well. But hopefully they all get support from the community regardless. Look, I'm very proud of the fact that Bermuda Communications Group wasn't built on bank loans or any types of grants. It was just built on grit and determination and the support of the community. But if you're able to, if you need a boost and you're able to get it, I will tell you, live it up, do your best, and try to deliver for those who support you. But congratulations to all of them. And if you didn't win anything, it's not the end. If I can tell you anything, give you any piece of advice, if you love what you're doing, you will make it work. You will find a way. So if you haven't, it's on YouTube as well. All right. Daily play today is the things you should know. So let's see if Maya and you will get this one. Yeah, let's see if you get this one. And don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right. David Mike Wilson says, have a fantastic Friday, all. We're on the cusp of the weekend. Suzanne Ingham says, happy Friday, Jamel and Maya. Something going down at whatever that was actually yesterday, I thought. Yeah, that was yesterday, and I think Teo will speak about the happenings in the news. Right? All right, so let's get to it. We've got a lot to get to. So MP, next week in the United States of America, because I know in Canada it was in October.
Yeah.
United States of America, they celebrate this holiday called Thanksgiving. And you know how Bermudians, we don't even have our own independence, and we like celebrating like U.S. independence. We like celebrating pretty much everyone else's holidays, but we celebrate our own as well. Let me say, we celebrate our own holidays, but we celebrate everyone else's holidays probably better than them, right? But Thanksgiving's another one. Always confused me. But Bermudians get together, they cook for Thanksgiving, and have these things.
I've never had that experience.
Yeah. Oh, they do it. I be seeing people. I legit see people sharing videos, and I'm like, very interesting. I have friends and people. I don't criticize them. It's like, okay, interesting. Especially if you go in depth of what it actually represents. But that said, question of the morning, which I think is very appropriate, audience. What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? Like, what do you believe that Bermudians should be most thankful for in 2024? It's Friday Fun Day. Let's have some fun with this. What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? What do you believe Bermudians should be most thankful for in 2024? Because the truth is, Maya said this to me a couple years ago. Yeah, it's, we may have our challenges be bad, but it's not as bad as such and such. I don't like that line of thinking, honestly, the comparative kind of thing. I like to look at, what are we doing that benefits the people, rather than, okay, we don't have a bottle of ketchup, we have a packet of ketchup. No, we could have a bottle if things were done differently. That's how I look at things, rather than comparing to other jurisdictions all the time when it's convenient to political situations. But again, question of the morning: what should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? What do you think, man?
Honestly, I can't really put something on it right now. I need more time to think about it. But the first thing actually comes from what you just said, because again, in some instances I disagree. Because I'm just happy that in Bermuda, for the most part, a relatively a safe nation. People, we're not being attacked, or our people are not being bombed. And it's grateful for that. And I think we should be thankful for that, because in proximity, sometimes it's really you're really lucky where you're born. It really just, I think sometimes just it comes down to luck. We were born in Bermuda. How lucky are we? How fortunate to be born in a safe place.
I absolutely agree with that. And I want to emphasize what she said just now. Bermudian children don't have to wake up and worry about their schools or their homes being bombed, or schools being shot up and stuff like that. That is something to be thankful for. No, we still do have challenges. We still do have to worry about our children going to school and getting bullied and picked on and dealing with things that impact them throughout their lives, right? We still do have to deal with that. But for the most part, we don't have to worry about our children going to school and not making it home. That is something to be thankful for. I absolutely agree. What else, audience? It's Friday Fun Day. What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? Mark Arthur C. Phillips says life. Okay. Anika DeShield says life and health. Let's go deeper than that, folks. Let's go deeper. This is surface level. What should we be most thankful for? David Michael Wilson says we should be most thankful for our sense of community. I agree. I know we had a conversation yesterday about getting back to, the barter system and supporting each other like how we used to. But I do still think we have a sense of community. I still do think that we will help people around us. I mean, we rally behind people all the time. I see GoFundMe's and people supporting people through GoFundMe's. I see people helping people who are going through certain treatments and doing different things. I think we do really still have a sense of community. I just think it's depends on what it is, right? I don't think we necessarily show that sense of community when it comes to gun violence and human rights all the time, right? But I do still think we have a greater sense of community, comparatively speaking, to most other jurisdictions. But what else, audience? What should we be most thankful for in 2024? I think Maya's answer is my top one right now, being thankful for where we were born, not having to worry about being, dealing with your home being pretty much taken away through violence and war and the like. What else? Let's go deeper. What should Bermudian, is there nothing that you can think of that, you know what, I'm thankful? I'll give one.
Okay, yeah,
What should Bermudians be thankful for in 2024? Many countries and jurisdictions are right now figuring out how Bermuda's been catching water all these years without rivers. I'm still thankful in 2024 that our ancestors had the foresight to create a water system of rain to shower to tank to shower. Sorry. That's something I'm thankful for Bermuda.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are still trying to figure that out or even try to implement something now, today. So that's one thing that we should pat ourselves on the back for, truthfully, and thank our ancestors for. I'm trying to think, this might seem surface level, but thankful that we're surrounded by a body of water. And sometimes it seems like kind of weird, but having the ocean near you and seeing the water, it does something for your spirit, mentally, being able to see it every single day or even be able to just go in it. Salt water is good for the body, for the pain. So that's an easy, natural blessing right there.
Yeah. I'll give another surface level. I'm thankful. I think Bermudians should be thankful to have the ability to travel without visa to the United States. That's a big one because Bermudians like to take a short hop. This may annoy some people who are pro-independence. I think Bermudians should be thankful for the ability to actually hold a UK passport while we're a territory so that they can actually relocate without having to go through a visa process. I think that's something to be thankful for.
Oh yeah, I'm sure even a lot of students will be thankful for that too. College students out there too. People changing lives. Yeah. Opportunity.
Yeah. I think again, everyone's going to say life, health. I'm not being disrespectful, but go deeper than that. What else is there to be thankful for? I mean, I'm going to give one. The ability. Oh, Suzanne Ingham actually said it right here. She says TDH and the freedom to give our opinions, input to help our country. Not all have that freedom. I was literally going to say this just now.
That's a big one, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Suzanne, I'm going to read that again. Audience, really listen to what she's saying. Bermudians should be thankful for in 2024, TDH and the freedom gives our opinions and input to help our country. Not all have the freedom to speak. Folks, there are countries where a show like this would have been banned after 30 minutes of the first episode. That's something to be thankful for. As much as I don't think I criticize the government, try to hold the government to account, I think that's something we should be thankful for.
There are countries where women can't even speak.
Yeah. There's countries where Maya wouldn't be able to co-host with me.
Or just even in town, just walking about in public.
Be thankful for it. I think Bermudians also should be thankful that they can practice whatever religion or way of life, belief that they want. That's something they should be thankful. Again, these are things you don't think about. You think life, health, but these are certain freedoms that we enjoy that we don't even consider, right?
Because it seems so natural, right? Everyone should be, because in truth, everyone should be, but that's not how the world works, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's Friday Fun Day, folks, brought to you by the great folks at Mailboxes. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up for 2 years of free membership. I know you're probably ready to ship to Bermuda for the holidays, so go check them out, mailboxes.bm/the Daily Hour. All right, what should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, I am thankful for the hard work of the various charities on the island that work hard to advocate for the less fortunate and vulnerable. And Petty Shield says it as well. Our water system is unmatched. A former colleague from Uganda said they have far more rain than Bermuda, but they have no system to collect it and store it. That's what I'm saying.
Because imagine trying to put that in today. That's so much money to change change the entire system versus us who rebuilt it from way back. Thank goodness.
Again, it's something we should be thankful for. There are other jurisdictions studying that. Right? That is something we should be very thankful for. Finding some use of nature to be able to live. We don't have any rivers. Charles H. Jeffers II says, I'm thankful that we seem to have new and old people with renewed interest in our political system outside of our traditional options, a third party and a group of independents looking to make Bermuda better. Okay. WKD Lama says, thankful that you are about 30 minutes away from anybody you want to see.
That's so true. That is so true.
All right. Let me say this. Maya, let's say you live St. David's. I live Southampton. I'm like, yeah, Maya, come up. We're having a little situation at my house. We're going to have some cake and you don't like cake. We're going to have some, hors d'oeuvres and watch some movie. Maya's like, all the way up there, that's so far. Folks, seriously? We are so spoiled. I'm living in the US half of my life. I'm like, man, I drive the distance of Bermuda for a regular ride, right? And I'm just like, we don't really know how good we have it. That right there is such a good point. We're the furthest away from somebody we want to see, 30 minutes. Let's be honest. On a regular basis. That is something to be thankful for.
It's like 40, 45. We're talking St. David's officer.
Well, that's because you all drive so slow. But
you mean the speed limit?
Yes. Sorry. See how Miss Red Safety Queen corrected me first? She's like, you mean the speed limit? Dang, my goodness, I almost got in trouble. Got an asterisk next to my name. Anika DeShield says the opportunities that we have based on the proximity of Bermuda and the ability to travel globally. Absolutely. Actually, we're saying that. What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? The fact that you can get global entry in TSA. Because y'all love to travel? Yeah, that's one. Be thankful. Not many jurisdictions can apply for global entry and TSA. That's something to be thankful for. Yeah. Manuela Johns says, thankful that Bermuda is protected from severe weather conditions, e.g. floods, tornadoes, destruction. Yep.
I was just thinking that, Manuela. I was like, our weather, I guess you got to be kind of thankful for the conditions we were set up and what affects us, So, yeah.
Earthquakes, you don't have to worry about. But even thankful for, again, I mentioned the rain system, the waters. But thankful for having, ancestors who had the foresight to build our homes to be able to sustain to date, withstand some of the most powerful hurricanes that we never knew we would experience, right?
Yeah.
So, we have a lot to be thankful for, man. We do. Let's keep it coming, audience. Share this conversation. Give us a like, a love, follow. Make sure you share this conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Here's why I like shows like this, right? I love shows like this because, Maya, you've ever purchased something from Amazon, right?
Yes.
And you know how they send you an email after give a review, and you're probably never going to write that review. However, if you were unhappy with your purchase or something, you would probably be more likely to write that bad review. Oh, we have a tendency to actually criticize so much quicker than we do compliment. And we do it internally as well, right? We're not quick to celebrate the good stuff, or we will bitch and moan about the bad stuff, literally. And I think a show like this kind of puts things into perspective that we actually probably have more to be thankful for. The fact that we have to think about it is a challenge as well. Like, what do we have to be thankful for?
Yeah, you made the question. Just like 2024, let me think.
But again, that's the human in us, right? Because again, we're always about what we can do better or what's not working, rather than, hey, this is working, this is great, life's well. That's just, and it's not a criticism. I'm like that. Trust me.
We're all like that. I think it's a very humane thing to do, not just a comedian thing or whatever.
Yeah.
We're always looking for the negative. Like I've said before, even the news stories that are the most negative gets the most shared, the most spread around. That's just, for some reason, that's what we gravitate toward. And that's is a bit unhealthy, because like it would be nicer if we do focus on more of the positives and more of the things, especially when it's so much of it coming at you at once when it comes to negativity. Allow some positivity to come into your life too, because it does affect like how you continue your day, how you continue your life, like everything. So like I got to remind myself not to like to always find a good story sometimes. And then Teo definitely does that with his news breaks. He always tries to find something interesting to bring to the forefront, because like all that negativity all the time, it's not healthy.
It's not. And we take it on. Let's go back to the audience. Audience, what should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? Hedeline Swan says, I'm thankful for TDH and the politicians who are running our country. We are thankful for you as well. Anika De Shields says, people that want to see you make the drive.
I'll talk about the distance.
Oh, okay. And Suzanne Ingham says, yes, Maya, you are 100, depending on the ode. Go, Maya, exactly. Speed, slow down. Okay. Talking about the speed.
Okay. I'll read that one.
Anika De Shields says, thankful that our homes are built to withstand the forces of hurricanes. Absolutely. The foresight of our ancestors. What else, audience? What else? What are your thoughts?
You know what? I'm thankful for all the public parks and beaches and things that we have access to, all these like natural things and things that we can actually do outside. I'm thankful for things that we can do outside and that they are well kept for the most part and safe for our children or even for ourselves.
Yeah, indeed. I think we have a lot to be thankful for. I think having the ability to study overseas with ease, comparatively speaking, I think that is a plus. That's something to be thankful for. I know we spoke about travel and global entry, but having the ability to not have to deal with a tax system like in the US, right? If the price is $10, it's $10, not an additional 6.5%, right? I think that's something to be thankful for.
That is, because I can't stand that.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's little things like that.
I mean, this was kind of, but I'm thankful for Bermuda's talent. I really think we have some talented people in Bermuda, man. Like, I don't know what it is in our water or what we do, but as a community, as a people, I think we are extremely talented. Extremely talented.
Small pool, but definitely a talented group. Yeah. What else, audience? What else? It's Friday Fun Day, brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. What should we Bermudians? What should we be most thankful for in 2024? Sherry Vanderpool says, I am thankful for the different foods and snacks that we have in Bermuda, because when you live outside of Bermuda, you really miss those things. Sherry, man. Maybe I'm glutton because I miss some foods. Like, let's talk about them. I mean, I honestly, the thing I miss most is being able to just pick somewhere to go get some fried fish from. I miss that, because you're not just gonna get like fresh fried fish anywhere outside of Bermuda, and like living in the US in particular. I don't know about Canada or the UK, but I highly doubt it.
I mean, this is really good local markets, but I would definitely say what I miss is the coffee wall, man. I just miss being able to grab it, pull a coffee roll, as simple as that, because it's not out here. Like,
you make me want a coffee roll right now.
Like that's one thing I definitely miss a lot. I can think of more because like they don't have this particular ginger snaps that I really like. That's back in Bermuda. I remember making my mama send those to me when I was in school in Halifax. I was like, get them ginger snaps, please. She sent me like 3 boxes.
Man, you got me there, man. You got me. Dorian says, I'm thankful for the Honorable Dr. Ewart Brown. If he didn't build Heritage Wharf, we wouldn't have many tourists in Bermuda. Well, I mean, what should we be most thankful for? What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? Who would have thought someone would say Dr. the Honorable Ewart F. Brown? He got criticized for everything he did. I mean, in 2010, was it? Try to push through the casino gaming, and look where we are in 2024, 16 years later. My goodness. Yeah. Humpty Dumpty chips. You have them in Canada, though, right?
Yes, I think so, but I'm not a big fan.
You don't like chips?
I mean, I'll eat chips. I think I'm a fan of chips. I'm very particular.
Humpty Dumpty is bomb. Sherry Vanderpool says real beef and chicken pies. Yeah, man.
I can get behind a good chicken because the chicken pies are here. I given 2 people choices options. Oh no.
Yeah. Richard Scott says, thankful that our forefathers laid a foundation for us to stand on, to build and advance. Again, let me repeat. Richard Scott said, thankful that our forefathers laid a foundation for us to stand on, to build and advance. I think that's important. And from an infrastructure perspective, I don't know if you experienced this, Maya, but I remember when I first left Bermuda in 2001, and people would make ridiculously stupid comments, well, ignorant because they just didn't know, thinking that we lived in huts and different stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And when you really think about it, like my pops and I would talk about it. Like we saw some buildings being built when we were driving up from Florida, and it's like, still to this day, Bermuda probably has one of the best infrastructures building with brick than most places. Why? Because most places are building up to get them up fast, and it's what's going to cost the least.
Yeah,
right?
Foundations.
Yeah. So, yeah, Richard Scott, as I said earlier, I agree with that. I think we should be very thankful that our forefathers had the foresight to build the infrastructure that allows us to survive easier. I think what we've done as a generation, though, is failed to give that back to the generations coming behind us, if I'm honest. But this is Thankful Friday, so let me not go there. Shonat Bell says, thankful to the regiment, police, first service, Belco crews that get our island up and running after a storm. I'm gonna give you one more. Shonat Bell. I'm gonna be thankful for those institutions, regardless of whether it's a storm or not. We're in some interesting times right now. As Teo will probably, I don't know what he's got in his news break, but pretty sure he has the happenings of last night in his news break. And I think when Maya and Teo report on this stuff, we forget the human element. And the human element is that these folks are families. They got to go home. I don't know how they do it, to carry the stuff that they see and have to deal with. Whether it's a shooting, a road fatality, a stabbing, that's heavy. In a small community, you know why? Because chances are you may know the person or not. I mean, I don't want to get personal, but yeah, I am thankful that Bermudians choose to go into those fields.
That's a big one. Yeah, they choose to actually go into the
Yeah. Keyword choose, regiment. Don't got no ideas. Hadley Swan says, thankful for yeast popcorn. That's the Bermudian.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got yeast popcorn like that up in Canada, Maya?
No. People didn't even know what I was talking about. I was like, you ain't got no yeast in your house. Like, we grew up on yeast in the house. Like, we always just had it in the house for the popcorn, yeast and veggie salt. And sometimes a little chicken mixture. She gets in the 7-Day Adventist store.
You gonna make me pop some popcorn? I'm gonna order some vegetables today off Amazon.
Don't let me pop up in my house.
He says, "I'm thankful that we have high-speed internet." Oh, he's basically saying, "I'm thankful that we have high-speed internet." Well, when it works, right? Suzanne Ingham says, the friendliness, greetings, morning. People abroad look at you weird when you greet them. LH
yes, they do.
Man, I tell you all about my New York experience. Man, when I first moved to New York, morning, what'd you say? Like, you want to fight me? I'm like, okay, no. Move on, bruh. Move on. Miss Tara says quality of life, including freedom of worship. Well, I said that earlier. Yeah, I said earlier, the ability to practice whatever religion you want. That's absolutely something to be thankful for. You cannot do that in a lot of places, folks. You cannot do that. I don't think people realize you cannot just practice whatever you want in some jurisdictions. Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, I am thankful that we live in a modern society in Bermuda. Charles H. Jefferson II says, I am thankful that 2024 cup match is over and St. George's will win next year and hold the cup for a while. Charles, man, I'm not going there. Look, I'm not trash talking anymore.
Friday fun day.
Yeah, you ain't bringing my energy down, brother Charles. Richard Scott says, thankful that mental health is no longer seen as a boogeyman topic that is shunned upon and that we now recognize the importance of mental health. Indeed. And in a community as small as Bermuda, and I think that's what we need to consider when we're speaking about what to be thankful for. Smaller communities is harder to do things like that, like go to a psychologist or go to therapy, because you feel like everyone's in your business. You feel like nothing is private, or what's the other word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about, folks, but you just feel you don't have any privacy. So no, I think that's very important. Keep it coming, audience. We're going to bring Teo Dill in for the Daily Hour news break. But actually, let's take a commercial before we bring Teo in. We're going to take a commercial. We'll be back in 2 minutes, 25 seconds with Teo, see what he's got in the news break. But keep it coming. What should Bermudians be most thankful for in 2024? It's Friday Fun Day, brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. Don't forget, if you haven't already, go to mailboxes.bm/the Daily Hour to sign up for 2 years of free membership. And if you are shipping things to Bermuda for the holiday, save some money. Go through Mailboxes. They are your friends in shipping. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose Peoples, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it Peoples, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. Peoples, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Unlock your business potential with BDC's General Microloan, offering up to $30,000 for Bermudian small and medium businesses. Whether it's for inventory, working capital, or equipment, we provide 100% guarantee on approved loans. Simple application, low interest rates, and fast processing. Apply today and make your business dream come true.
Looking for the best care for your pets? Novazoc Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
Hey Daily Hour community, it's that time of year again. The Daily Hour's annual survey is live, and we want to hear from you. This is your chance to tell us what you love, what you'd like to see more of, and how we can make your viewing experience even better. It only takes a few minutes, and your feedback helps us shape our show for the year ahead. So don't wait, click the link, fill out the survey, and help us continue to improve our community one conversation.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. thanks again to well, she's my plus. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's a daily hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medicals, Lenders, and People's Pharmacy. Thanks again to all of you for your support. I just want to put in the comments one more time that the survey will be pulled today. So if you haven't done our survey, do us a favor, do it. We're going to be giving about $10-$50 gift vouchers away to some of our partners and some of the hosts, to Cassine, which is owned by Mia, and Nail Bar, owned by Sanchan, Girl the Label, owned by Perry. We'll be giving away about 10 prizes. So if you filled out the survey and provided your email address, you will be eligible to win one of the prizes. All right. So we'll start giving away those prizes the first week of December. All right. So not next week, but the following week. So you want to be tuned in for that. All right. Without further ado, let's bring in Tay Weezy. That's Tay O'Dill. I just made that one up. You like that one, guys? Let's bring in Tay O'Dill for the Daily Hour News Break. I want to know what, you know what, Maya, what do you think Tay is thankful for? Like, for Bermuda, what do you think he will say he's the most thankful, like Bermudians should be most thankful for?
I'll pull a quote out of my mama's book. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader.
Okay. I think it's going to be something that none of us would have thought about. Something,
What is that?
something way beyond the surface.
Okay.
All right, let's bring this little fella in.
Morning, y'all.
What?
You keep gassing it too much.
He sets you up so high every single time, Taylor. I be trying.
I appreciate it, but you know, okay. Well, here's the thing: almost all of the stuff that came up in the conversation between yourselves and the audience, it featured stuff that I thought about, but there's one thing that wasn't mentioned, which didn't really surprise me. Just because when a fish is in the water, the fish doesn't know they're in the water type thing. Like it's so baked into our experience that we don't recognize how significant it can be, particularly on this period in history at this point in the planet. I am so grateful that my daughters are growing up in a place where it is completely standard, normal, uncomplicated, and usual for Black folks to be in positions of genuine authority and responsibility, including and most especially Black women, right? Like, because that's not normal on this side of the planet. And it's something we're all super used to, right? Like, if we think of every school that we've ever been to, Black women have typically led them things. If we think of a handful of like large international companies, Black women is up near the top of them spaces. If we think of the civil service, right? If we think of the government itself, elected officials, like we're just accustomed to having not only leadership from people of color, but women in particular. And I am so grateful that my daughters are going to grow up expecting that as a baseline for their life.
You know what? I'm going to share this. Like, some people might not like it, but I'm grateful you said that, because currently I'm living in a city, the only city that I could have ever thought of where that's a similarity. Voted for a Black woman who I had only heard of through prosecuting Donald Trump and Fonnie Willis. But as I did my research on her, she's cleaning up the city and, gangster rap and all this. And then I said, when I was looking for an apartment, dang, this first place I've been where all the managers are Black women. And then when I go to different places, okay, let me go speak to my manager. I'm expecting some white woman or dude. And it's, I picked it up here, but it was so normal in Bermuda, from Kalmar Richards when you spoke about school to a Kim Wilkerson in the IB space, to having 3 Black women leaders as premiers. I think we actually punch above our weight when it comes to that. And it's something, you're right, it's baked into our experience. Many of us don't even think it, which is why, and I may offend a lot of Black women in saying this, which is why I continue to say, stop comparing your fight with that of the United States. Stop it. It annoys
Yeah,
me.
it's different. Yeah,
Women
it ain't.
at as much of a disadvantage. I think you should be championing and building on that and making sure that it's not just this stopover or flyover. But don't do that, because in Bermuda, you're not at the bottom of the chain. You're not the gum on the bottom of the shoe.
No,
You are.
statistically, for the last, I want to say about 10 years, Black women as a group, demographic group, have out-earned Black men consistently, and in some instances in some years, like not as regularly, but regular enough to notice, out-earned white women. So it's almost always white men at the top of the income scale. But in Bermuda, every other year or so, Black women are number 2.
My only advice would be know your fight and build on it. Don't try to create a victim mindset and act like you're not the ones losing your life in road fatalities. You're not the ones on a regular basis being shot at or murdered. It has happened to women. But what I'm saying is that I think Black women in Bermuda have a lot to build on and from a positive standpoint to be thankful for. And I think, as you said, your daughters have a lot to look up to. Young children in America, when Barack Obama was voted as the president, it was the first time Black people in this country got to see someone who looked like them, that they can aspire. I can be in that position too. Kamala Harris, the vice president, that role was only held by white men previously, right? So I think we need to separate our fight and build on it. I'm grateful you said that.
No, I'm grateful it was gratefully received. Now, in news that y'all have mentioned that we are much less grateful for, we had another shooting last night, and it ended with 2 men suffering gunshot injuries. It all went down in the Cedar Hill, St. Mary's Road area in Warwick, and emergency responders discovered 2 men who'd been shot on scene. They were rushed to KMH for treatment. Don't know much more than that about their condition or the circumstances that led to the violence. If you have any useful information for the cops, reach out to Acting DCI Nadal Barker on 717-2176 or via email nbarker@bps.bm. Had more violence last night on top of that, with police investigating a stabbing incident in Somerset where a man sustained neck and facial injuries, which thankfully are not considered life-threatening. It all happened at just after 10 p.m. on last night near the Mr. Chicken outlet up in Somerset. When officers reached the scene, they discovered that the victim was already headed to the hospital in a private car, but he was met by EMS along the way, transferred to ambulance, and taken to hospital. He's still there receiving treatment, but he's okay, thank goodness.
Do you remember, Teo and Maya, when something like this would happen? It was such big news that the community would be uneasy. I feel like this stuff happens and it's like, okay, we're angry for like a social media post and then we move on. I don't know, man. This is I don't know. It's like, okay, 2 people shot, we don't know their conditions, and we just go back as normal. I don't know. I don't think we should ever be comfortable with this. I don't think we should ever be okay with this. The police put out, if you know anything, reach out. I'd like to know from the police how many, when America's Most Wanted, they would say how many calls they got on such things. We got 500 leads, but nothing that led us to this. How many calls do they actually get when this happens? Because that will put it on the community. Like, you're not doing your part.
Well, I think, Jay, I think what you're feeling is unjustifiable apathy. Like we're all just kind of used to it, and it's not so consequential. But to be real with you, I think it's a coping strategy, right? Because if we reacted now the way we did then, with the same frequency of these sorts of events, I don't like we wouldn't leave the house. Like we would be hysterical consistently. Like I don't think this is motivated from like a lack of like genuine care or feeling about it. I think it's just so we can get through our day. Otherwise we would start crying and we wouldn't stop.
That's a good point.
It's that bad. Yeah,
I see that. And I can't knock anyone for that. People have so much going on in their lives, their own personal lives, to kind of have to take on so many other things. We're trying to feed our families, right?
Yeah. Or just not feel insane.
Right.
Just that. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Now I have some much more positive, kind of shockingly positive news. In less than a decade, Bermuda's insurance and reinsurance companies have paid almost, brace yourself, $1 trillion in claims. This is one of the striking pieces of information shared during the recent PwC Insurance Summit in Bermuda, which highlighted our key role in pushing reinsurance innovation, growth, and resilience, particularly in relation to global problems like climate change. PUC Territory Leader Arthur Whiteman, pictured here, emphasized the importance of getting the climate problem right, since more than half of global GDP, that is about $58 trillion, is moderately or highly dependent on nature, and more than half the market value of listed companies is subject to nature-related risk. Now, speaking of climate change, there is one genuinely terrifying aspect of this phenomenon that affects all of us on this planet that you probably never even thought of, let alone heard of. Okay, plants eat carbon dioxide, right? They use that to grow, and they produce oxygen as a result. So you could think that the one upside of producing more CO2 through burning fossil fuels is that plants will be getting extra food, so more oxygen in the air, bigger crops, etc. No. It turns out it's much more complicated than that, and a really, really, really big problem.
Every leaf and every grass blade on Earth makes more and more sugars as CO2 levels keep rising. We are witnessing the greatest injection of carbohydrates into the biosphere in human history, an injection that dilutes other nutrients in our food supply. And this hypothesis was confirmed by further studies. A Nature paper in 2014 concluded that grains and legumes grown in elevated CO2 concentrations possessed significantly less zinc and iron. A 2018 paper looked at the protein content of 18 strains of rice and found that more CO2 in the air produced decreases in protein, but also iron, zinc, and various vitamins in the rice.
Just to restate that, rice.
Vegetables and fruit are becoming less nutritious, which is to say people around the world are going to be nutrient deficient because of climate change. Did you ever think that that was a thing?
Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't, because I didn't even really. I think climate change, I'm just thinking about gases adding to more extreme weather.
I mean, whatever's going up there is affecting the air quality.
Yeah. But it never occurred to me to connect those two things up, because the reason is that basically the excess carbon dioxide pushes out the nutrients room inside the plants, so that they don't have space in there to take in the zinc and iron and da. So they convert the carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. So like a nice salad, a thing of plums, oranges, whatever, it's closer to eating like cookies than it was 60 years ago. Like, it has more complex carbohydrates, more sugars, less of the nutrients and stuff, less of the vitamins. That freaks me out, man.
I just hate that this is so political. I really do. You don't have to be a science. I mean, you guys weren't good at science, were you? Were you?
I mean, in high school.
Well, I mean, I was horrible. I didn't pay attention in there. But anyway, I'm arguing me, not you. But I don't know much about science, but I kind of believe the scientists. I don't think they're gonna lie about this. They're not trying to get elected. Maybe they're trying to get someone elected. But I just think you don't have to be the smartest person or a scientist to understand. I mean, Maya just put it very plain just now. What'd you say? Whatever goes up in the air, it's gonna come down, right?
Yeah. You're affecting things, you're polluting the air.
I mean, you can see it.
I mean,
you can see it. Like I don't know, man. I just wish everything wasn't so political. Like, some things don't have to be political.
Because honestly, Taylor, when you came on, I thought you were going to talk about air quality. To be honest, just the fact that Bermuda's air quality, even though there are issues, especially in some parishes more than others, but at the same time, at least we have that, because we're so small and surrounded by water, we have that ventilation, as you can say, like where things like we're not being blocked with other cities or nations around us where they have tons of pollution, they can't even see the stars, and so like in that sense, like we have that still a small bit of advantage there, and a thankfulness and gratefulness of like for our farmers, even how they do their production. But I am curious about, like, again, because whatever's going in the air does affect, so those in the area where the pollution is quite high in Bermuda.
Like if they got like home gardens, like what are those crops like now?
Exactly.
I mean, just don't have a garden if you live around by that place, you know, the big, word, the B to the L to the sorry, I spelled it wrong. The B to the I'm trying to be rude. The B to the E.
You're trying to be slick.
And Matt couldn't even spell it, but
that's why you don't eat the fruits that are like on the roads, like the local. You don't pick locals that are near on the roads on the traffic. The pollution from the cars gets at it. Like,
correct.
I hope people don't do that because like that's what you're really ingesting.
You know, our at Prospect Primary, Miss Otterbridge we used to go to Fat Man's Cafe, get fries after school, and she actually used to say it was unhealthy for us to eat while we were walking the sidewalk walk home because all the fumes from cars were like I remember
she is serious, but I like that.
No, he was talking about that back in the 90s, man, early 90s.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. You don't make yourself younger. That weren't early 90s.
I mean, later it is.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Man, what's wrong with this guy? Like, I mean,
I got one today. Now, I have some more reassuring news, thankfully. Apparently, one of the world's leading ratings agencies believes that we, Bermuda, should have a balanced national budget pretty soon and will generate positive national financial balances. According to our friends at the RG, Moody's Ratings published a periodic review, one of the ones that they do of Bermuda's fiscal stability. Now, it was pretty bright and shiny, but it wasn't all good news. It notes that our credit profile reflects the challenges inherent to being a tiny service-oriented economy that is high exposure to external shocks, higher interest burden than our peers, etc. But Moody's said that the recent progress made on fiscal consolidation and moderating growth have met their expectations, and that budget, the balance one I mentioned, should be reached at the end of the 2024 financial year. This progress is due to cuts in expenditure and, crucially, the increase in revenues that could come as a result of next year's 15% corporate income tax, all leading Moody's to expect that our national debt burden should stabilize at around 40% of GDP within the next 3 years. I don't know if you expected to learn that today, but that's what Moody says.
Oh. Okay, Moody, we appreciate you. Let's hope it all's good.
I feel you, man. Like I have not nowhere close to the expertise to question what they're saying, but that seems a little optimistic, like a little aggressive, you know. Yeah. But what do I know?
Yeah,
right. We default to the climate ones. Should default to the financial service ones.
There you go.
Now, as far as the other expert weird stuff, I think you're both going to be interested in this a whole bunch. A landmark case just wrapped up in U.S. federal court where parents sued their kid's high school for docking his grades on AP reports for copying and pasting from Grammarly directly into the brainstorming section of the research paper, including the artificial, just straight made up citations.
They had no policy on AI.
In federal court, the school district superintendent explained that while there was no explicit mention of AI usage in the student handbook at the time, students are given guidelines on AI in their English classes, and that is expected to apply to other classes. The high school student also took the stand saying that wasn't clear and that the teacher said they could use any resource to brainstorm project ideas. The student's family is suing, asking the federal court to order the district to change the student's grade from a D to a B, which is what he would have received on the project if not for the infraction, and to expunge any record of discipline. The motion filed also asks the court to order the defendants, which include the teacher and superintendent, to undergo training in the use of AI in the classroom.
Man.
Now, wait. The conclusion came down, the judge ruled that the school was fine in doing what they did. Now, what I'm thinking about is whether or not this will set a precedent in the U.S., right? Where basically cheating with AI is now off the table. Like the courts have validated that schools can catch you and dock you grades for this. But I have no idea whether local educators have started thinking about the impact of AI on student submissions. I don't know if it's come up at the ministry, at the private schools. Like, are y'all building policy around this? Because it's a thing. Like it's a real thing.
It is. And I know that it's definitely been a conversation amongst teachers, whether it's been up there in the higher, level of making these decisions or changing rule books. That's another thing, because I don't even know the last time Cedarburg changed over rule books that I was even there. But it's just like, yeah, things that you got to think about for real. But I mean, I don't think we can go as far as like trying to sue schools in here in Bermuda, but for a grade. But it is an argument. It is an argument that you can bring up if it's not there in the handbook.
I appreciated that lawsuit. This is America. I appreciate.
But they sue for anything, right?
I was just gonna say, you will get sued. You may not like it may not be a win for the person suing you, but you will get sued. But you know what? I sit here and I think about it, and I'm just like, even with this show, I can use AI to do so much, but maybe it's my arrogance or self-belief. I want it to come from me. I want stuff to come from me. Like, I was horrible at math, and so writing a paper I enjoy because I can BS my way to a good grade, right? And then my personality showed in how I wrote. So if I used AI, it would not show. You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't sound like you. It wouldn't look like. It would feel like you.
So I would need to find out through AI who's got my personality. So I'm gonna have to be like questions like your name Jamal Hartman, or like you know, like you crazy, or you're very passionate about this or that. Like I would have to do that. So until I perfect AI like that, I can't, because I would have got caught. You guys know I would have got caught. You know, I don't write. Well, it was such a fun day. Like I don't do that.
I mean, you could easily also copy and paste when students send things and put it in like, is this from how much of this is AI generated? Like, you know, and you can find out that way easy.
There's a bunch of services like that.
There's a bunch of services for it. Like,
teachers got them trying to look.
Yes. I actually think it isn't some of them. Like, I'm trying to. I know that it is in some things. Like from conversations I've had with teachers, I know, because like they have to keep up with anything going on, and they have to like show these students that, you know, this is what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to still learn and know these things. But again, everyone just makes it seem so easy, and people are using ChatGPT and like AI, whatever, in their work today. Like, you know,
yes,
like
there are. Maya, there are offices where not a single email is sent that has not been constructed primarily by ChatGPT.
I have received a lot that's very obviously ChatGPT.
You can tell, right?
I can tell, especially when it's like in the brackets and they forgot to fill in that one spot, which is like fill in name or something like that. Like, oh, you didn't even bother to go in and like check it, like, you know.
You know what? Crazy. You know how much I dislike social media on a whole, because I feel like it's not real. It's like people lose a sense of reality. Well, AI now has people writing social media posts, right? So it's not even coming from the person anymore. Like, I mean, I hated that LinkedIn would be like, oh, well, you should write it. No, I don't want to write it that way. That's not how I write LinkedIn. Like, this is my word. Don't get out of my way. But I'm saying it's like, it's almost like nothing's authentic anymore, right?
Yeah, no, I feel it. But I had one other question about this story that it really has nothing to do with this debate, but was very interesting to me. And me and my wife talked about it a bunch. On the Karen scale of 1 to 10, just watching that mama, like, where'd you put her?
10. Because the privilege, the audacity. Give her a 10.5.
Yeah.
It's delusional, but I'm telling you, like, I mean, she stuck up for her child.
Yeah, she spent money on. This was at the Massachusetts, like, federal court level. Yes. I'm saying, no, it got through the Massachusetts state court. It got up to the feds.
Yeah, that's that privilege, bro.
Yeah, but that's what was wild to me, bro. Because I cannot imagine I'm just trying to put myself in that position with my mama, where she knew that I had in fact copied and pasted from AI into any official project, and then her to react like, well, we're gonna take them to court. They should not have Dr. Like, I can't. My mama couldn't get that drunk. Like, it's not possible. Like, her liver couldn't take it. Jesus, man.
Oh, that's your good. You get what you get.
Yeah, you did this to yourself.
And you don't get upset.
Yeah. Oh, that's what your mama say?
That's what I said.
He said, I can train AI to write like me. Takes a bit of time, but it's being done. Yeah.
There's everything, man. Like, I was actually going to send you some stuff the other day I found, because I was like, oh, this seems fun. But I was like, let me not.
You know what? Let's do this next week. All three of us. Let's go on ChatGPT or Copilot, whatever we use, and we're going to put in topics for the daily hour. And let's share with the audience what we got from ChatGPT and Copilot.
I'm going to give you my best. I think I want to do like an AI news.
Okay, let's
It won't look like me. I'm gonna make it generate into a character.
Let's
Have
do
you wanted to try it?
Let's have some fun with it. Let's have fun because I want to see. I want to see if the audience will be able to tell.
Right.
And two,
Oh, we're telling them.
no, they won't know which day.
No, they don't know which day. Right.
Okay.
I want the audience to be able to tell. And then two, I actually want to see if it saves us time.
Yeah, but see, this is a slippery slope, man.
I won't do it for my news break though. But
right.
I won't do it for my news break, but if anything, I want to just try doing a character. Like if I'm co-hosting with you, Jamal, right? And then I have to do the news. It'll be fun to hear my voice, but on a different face, maybe, so it looks different.
That'll be crazy. We're gonna try some stuff. Don't put us out of a job, audience. Don't do that. Say how's your brother looking?
Oh, it is looking well, not so great. Hang on one second. I was just pulling up ChatGPT right now trying to try it. I got so excited. Oh, so today you're probably gonna want to stay inside because the winds will be gusty and we'll get a burst of rain all the way through the first half of Saturday. Now by Sunday morning, things should start to clear up, making room for less wet and windy next week. But as far as today is concerned, keep the umbrella close. You're gonna need it.
Alrighty. Days of the year. What we got?
All right, so days of the year, there's a couple, but none that really stood out except for this one. Go for a ride day. So select your favorite mode of transportation from bike to boat, from skates to sledges. We don't obviously don't have that in Bermuda, but pack some supplies and see where the adventure takes you. So go for a ride day. Maybe hop on some public transportation even.
Oh, I thought you were saying when you said go for a ride, it's like paddle bike.
Yeah, you could do that too. Whatever mode of transportation you want to do. Get on your little pedal bike, skateboard, even. That one guy that's always on that zoomy thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish he was my friend. I like that guy.
Every time I see it on him, like, that's wicked.
Well, let's ask the audience real quickly. Where would you want to go for a ride to in Bermuda? Where would you want to go for a ride? Where would you go for a ride, Taya?
Man, I don't ride no bikes. Anywhere that's hill free and it's not too humid. Like I'm not so worried about the destination. It's just I haven't ridden a bike for 30 years. So the experience that would be most memorable to me is just being on the bike, moving my legs and pedaling forward. I don't care where I'm going. Like, this is just gonna be interesting.
That's fair. For me, it was a long time, and I did it in Marseille. And I was like, I think I'm on a bike. It's like I'm on the coast, the water. I'm like, I felt like a kid. Like I felt like I was 12. Like it was fun.
Oh,
it was
beautiful.
Fun.
You are what you are, kiddo. All right.
Hi, Gramps.
Wow. Really? Hey.
Got you twice today.
Hey, have a great weekend, man. We're gonna take.
All right, I appreciate y'all. See you soon.
All right, talk soon. All right, we're gonna take a final break, folks. Come back. We'll wrap it up. Somebody gonna win. We're gonna do the hashtag giveaway and daily play and all that stuff. So stick to us. A long break here. It is actually 3 minutes, 11 seconds. So a lot of time for you to get ready. Things you should know. Maya's got this, honestly.
Stop saying that. Okay, guys, I'm going to try not to let him get in my hair. I'm not going to listen to you right now.
Maya, trust me. You owe me $10 if you get it in 10 seconds.
I owe you $10 if I get it in 10 seconds.
That easy.
All right.
We'll be back, folks. Stick with us.
Live exceptionally with HSBC MasterCard Pay with Rewards. Transform your points into what you love and get closer to winning an unforgettable trip to Dubai or one of 3 luxury experiences in Bermuda. To start following these steps, download the Pay and Rewards app from the App Store or Google Play. Register your HSBC MasterCard credit card in the app. Set your preferences to use points automatically or for your next purchase. Use your HSBC MasterCard for every purchase and redeem your points into rewards. In addition, for every $300 spent with your HSBC MasterCard, earn a chance to win an incredible monthly experience. Terms and conditions apply. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Right. Who was the first woman to become not just the first female opposition leader in Bermuda, but throughout the entire British Commonwealth?
Dame Liz thrown at me.
Hey, buddy. Hun, who was the first woman to serve as opposition leader not just in Bermuda, but throughout the entire British Commonwealth.
Dame Lois Brown Evans.
Mason, what did you say?
Dame Lois Brown Evans.
Dame Lois Brown Evans? Where do you find that?
Mommy playing Bermuda trivia.
Mommy playing Bermuda trivia.
Oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. Good job.
It's true. Children are a reflection of their environment. Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Fun with a purpose. To educate, to entertain, to inform, to inspire, to learn, and to enjoy. Bermuda Trivia. All volumes now available at various stores throughout Bermuda. Visit bermudatrivia.com to learn more and follow Bermuda Trivia on your favorite social media platforms.
The Mailboxes team aren't just employees of Bermuda's Best Shipping Company. They're also your neighbors, and neighbors help each other.
Where my childhood was found.
When it comes to footwear, we carry functional, comfortable, orthopedic, and waterproof shoes. We have construction shoes, golf shoes, shoes for walking, shoes for boating. We even have shoes for pickleball. We have shoes for everyone. With brands by Skechers, Atrax, Propay, Easy Street, Nursemates, Clogs, Avenger, Cherokee, Cat, Frog Talk, and DeWalt. The list goes on.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone. If you have enjoyed the conversation, discussion, news break, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share this conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Follow us on the platforms that you're comfortable following us on and that you engage on. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medical House Lenders and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we can have these conversations with you on a regular basis. Again, today is the last day to fill out our survey. If you put your email in, we will be giving out up to 10 prizes for $50 vouchers to various sponsors and some of our colleagues who own businesses on this show. So you don't want to miss that opportunity if you haven't already. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Maya, it's things you should know. Are you ready?
All right.
This question I literally just pulled out, and it is so fitting due to one of the days of the year that you did earlier this week. Maya, here's your question. If you answer within 10 seconds, you owe me $10. All right?
If I don't answer within 10 seconds.
Then you don't. But play with me because you don't know how long the music is. All right. What is the name of the Little Mermaid in the Disney movie of the same name?
Ariel?
Where's my $10? I tell you it was easy. Where are my $10? Where am
I thought about waiting for that, but like that's just that.
That was up. I just picked it out.
Okay.
So you okay? So no. You want me to start looking for heart, like going through the questions?
Give the audience a chance to respond.
Okay, it's 3 other questions. All right. Here's another question. See if the audience get it. How many lives is a cat said to have?
9.
Okay, she got that. All right. All right. What's the arrogance? Okay. Oh, here's one.
I didn't know that. Okay, go ahead.
What is the smallest breed of dog in the world?
Chihuahua?
Look, I'm tired. I'm not playing with you no more.
This is making up for all those times that I did not know how many numbers of deck of cards there were.
Question she got?
I'm sorry, audience. I really didn't give you no time. I didn't give you no time.
Hashtag the Daily Hour, folks. Hashtag the Daily Hour. We ain't talking to her. Hashtag the Daily Hour. Out here being all arrogant, answering, not even letting my music play. I'm trying to get my dance on and stuff. Sure.
That's the first time I think about. I'm gonna raise my hat on that. That's my staple.
You all say they're too easy. Whether it's Sancha, Maya.
It was not easy.
I'm just literally picking out the box.
Well, all 3 of those was super, super easy.
Okay.
Like, did you not know the answers to them or something?
I wouldn't have said Chihuahua.
What would you have said?
Yorkie?
Yorkies can be big and long.
You know, dogs like that. Like I know what dogs I like. I hate cats. Sorry, cat people. So I wouldn't, you know.
All right. Okay.
And no, I don't know.
I also worked at a pet store for 10 years. I mean,
you asked about Disney princesses earlier this week. I don't know nothing about Disney movies. You all know I just saw Lion King for the first time on Sunday. So how am I supposed to know the name of the Little Mermaid?
okay, we all live different lives. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, judging me, making me feel like I'm less than. No, I honestly wouldn't have known Ariel. I wouldn't have. I would have probably guessed Chihuahua, but it wouldn't have been my first guess. And cat, I would have probably said 9.
Because it's so common.
I've heard that somewhere though. That's why.
Everyone has, I'm sure.
But
I mean, 80%.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said Ariel. You guys know I don't know movies, and I definitely have never seen The Little Mermaid. What? That's everyone's seen it.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I feel like I'm being judged. All right, let's wrap it up while they put their stuff in. Final thoughts on what to be thankful for, Bermudians should be thankful for. What do you think?
Great discussion. I know we led into some like really heartfelt things there, for sure. I do want to bring up the mention of what Teo said though, about like the Black women in Bermuda. And though I agree with majority of his statement there are still things that, you know, we are still struggling and fighting for, like, especially when it comes to domestic abuse on the island or sexual assault. Black women do take a lot of that on the island of Bermuda. And that's something that, you know, we still have to like fight to overcome and try to get better legislation through. But in sense of just knowing things about like what we are thankful for, there is a lot to be thankful for living in Bermuda. So much to be thankful for. And I really appreciate that we had the time to like discuss that and talk about it. And with Teo's news break, man, there's a lot going on. And, you know, some positives, some negatives, as, you know, it has to be, unfortunately, from last night, which is just something I wish that we could focus on a lot more in the community to try to understand why and try to stop these things from happening. But all in all, great discussions.
Yeah, I think, you know, again, I'm going to echo some of the things said earlier. I think we do have a lot to be thankful for. The ability to practice our beliefs, right? As long as they're not causing harm to others, right? I think the ability to catch our rainwater and be able to use it to live and survive, the infrastructure that we benefit from in Bermuda to be able to withstand some of the strongest storms, being thankful that we don't have to really deal with any other sort of natural disasters, typhoons and earthquakes and tornadoes regularly. So I think we have a lot to be thankful for. This is going to shock you that I'm saying this, but I'm thankful that we have the ability to communicate with our politicians. Like, nobody's walking on the street and able to communicate with the president of the U.S. or the like. That is something that we should be thankful for. That we have the opportunities, if we choose, to engage directly with those people who lead us. So I'm grateful for the conversation and grateful that we all understand that there are many things that we can be thankful for in Bermuda. The news break, you guys have a tough job because you have to report what goes on, right? You have to let people know. But finding those positive and fun, interesting stories, that's where the hard work is, you know? So I'm grateful that you guys, especially when you do the sports, Maya, you always end on sports, and then Teo always brings like the most interesting story, like today, that's lawsuit thing. It's just, it makes you think, it makes you want, it takes your mind away from everything in the news is so bad and negative. So I appreciate the work you guys do from that perspective. All right, let's do this. Let's see who's going to do the hashtag.
Hashtag Daniel.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see. All right, where is it? Let's hit it. Where's the drum roll? Okay, here we go. Drum roll, please. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be the final name in here? All right, Nana Pam. All right. You know what? We're gonna run it one more time because that's 3 people.
Wait, you have oh man, the name's escaping me. Yeah, David Michael Wilson in there.
I think David Michael, Shamari, and Pamela.
Okay, all right, cool.
Why? What did
you remember? Because last week he got both of them on those 2 days.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had him in there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Make sure.
All right. And again, let's run it. Oh, gotta play. Should I put David Michael twice?
I mean, it only seems fair,
Okay.
right?
Let me write them again. Congrats, Charmaine's in there. Let me write them twice. Okay. All right. So let's do it, folks. Let's see. Who's it gonna be today? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Don't forget, it's the final day to fill out that survey because we are pulling it.
Yes.
We are pulling that survey today.
Literally, guys, like a handful of people that we would like to reach this goal that we have. So please find the time today to fill out that survey. It will mean a lot.
All right, so that's one in there. So David has a big shot of winning this as the only person in here twice. All right, so
Fair is fair.
Yep. Let's do it here. Who's gonna get the opportunity to win big today? Who's it gonna be? All right. Let's see. Oh, we gotta take Charmaine down. All right. Who's it gonna be? It's David. Yeah. David Michael Wilson. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So
I think that's well deserved. You really did shine through last week.
yeah, send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com. We'll get you a $25 voucher to one of our partners. Send today. You can CC me in Jamal at BermudaCommunications.com. Maya, you have some daily inspiration for the audience before we head out?
Yes, actually. And this one, I can't remember where I learned it or who taught it to me first, but it's always stuck with me. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It's an African proverb, actually. And it goes, "The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth."
Oh, my goodness. We see that in the community. Yeah.
It felt fitting. Almost.
Right?
Yeah, but also like it's so much that can be wrapped inside it as well. If you take a moment to like think about it and how it affects even your day to day and how you treat people and how you interact with the community and like what you are doing, it just puts more emphasis on you more than the person. Sometimes that's how I. Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, hey, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we can do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. She's Maya Palacio. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out. Peace.